Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Diabetes Basics series. This is Dr. Neeta Deshpande, diabetologist and obesity physician from Belgaum, Karnataka in India. So, I'm going to be talking today about diabetes medicines and what they do for you. So, diabetes medicines are basically into two categories. Number one is the pills that you take, and number two, there are injectables, mainly insulin, but there is one more which I'm going to discuss with you shortly. When you come to the tablets, the commonest one, the earliest one that is given to any diabetic patient is metformin. So metformin is a drug which is rather large in size, about 500 milligrams is the starting dose, and this particular tablet, what it does for you is makes your own insulin act much better, gives you much better effect for the same insulin that you are producing in your body. That means it reduces insulin resistance, and that is why it is given throughout all the phases of the disease. Only if you cannot tolerate it, it means if you have nausea, acidity, vomiting, then the dose may be reduced or it is given up altogether. The other category of drugs is called sulfonylureas, which is used very commonly, brings down the sugars very nicely, but there could be chances that you could get hypoglycemia or a low sugar reaction because of this particular drug. If you eat on time, if you eat the same amount at regular timings every day, then the effect of this hypoglycemia or the chance of hypoglycemia is much less. But if you cannot tolerate that, then again the dose has to be reduced or it has to be changed for some other drug that does not cause too much hypoglycemia. So that brings me to the next category of drugs, and they are called DPP4 inhibitors. And in that category, you have sitagliptin, vildagliptin, etc. Many drugs are there. And these drugs also act through the pancreas, just like the sulfonylureas that I just talked about. They also act through the pancreas. So sitagliptin, vildagliptin, all of these drugs also act through the pancreas. That means they stimulate the pancreas to produce more insulin in your body. However, this category of drugs, the DPP4 inhibitors, do not cause hypoglycemia because they can sense that the glucose is low and they stop acting, and that is why they are a bit safer if a person is prone to getting hypoglycemia. The next class of drugs is a new class of drugs called the SGLT2 inhibitors. This class of drugs, you can say, is a wonder class because these drugs have been shown not only to reduce blood sugar but also protect your heart and protect your kidneys. There are two, three different varieties in this called canagliflozin, then you have empagliflozin, and then you have dapagliflozin. So you have two, three different varieties in this class of what we call SGLT2 inhibitors. They may make you pass more urine. The funny part is that glucose goes out into the urine in this particular class of drugs, and you may find it in your urine sugar, but that's the way it acts. It acts at the level of the kidneys and does not allow excess amount of glucose to be reabsorbed into the body and throws it out of the body through the urine. And that's the reason you also lose some amount of weight when you are on this particular drug. So this drug makes you lose a little weight. It protects your heart, kidneys, brings down the sugars nicely, and it can be used because it does not act on the pancreas. It does not cause hypoglycemia and can be used for extended periods of time. Of course, if the kidney function is very bad, it cannot be used. If the kidney function is going down, it can be used and it can actually protect your kidneys. So that's the best part of it. So these are mostly the oral tablets that one can use. If oral tablets do not work or they don't work enough and the blood sugars start to go up, your HbA1c starts to go up, then there is no choice but to use insulin. Please remember that all of these tablets that I mentioned, they are not insulin. They either help your own body insulin to act better or they make your own body produce a little more insulin, but they are not insulin. But if the insulin secreting capacity of your pancreas, of your body, is quite low because of age or because of a long duration of diabetes, then it is time to start insulin, and one should not resist that, because insulin is a good drug to bring down the blood sugars very, very nicely. There are different kinds of insulins. They are called basal insulins, bolus insulins. So many types acting in different ways. There are newer insulins also. And all of these, your doctor will tell you which one is better for you at what time of the day. And these are to be taken in a regular manner, and the dose needs to be adjusted. The last group of drugs is an injectable class but not insulin, and that is called a GLP-1 receptor agonist. These drugs not only bring down the blood sugars, but they also help reduce weight. And in fact, in some countries of the world, this drug is licensed to be used for weight loss even when you don't have diabetes. So they are anti obesity drugs, anti diabetic drugs as well. And now we know that at least one of them is very protective to the heart. It means it can reduce the chance of getting heart attacks. So, GLP-1 receptor agonist, you have liraglutide, there's a newer one called semaglutide coming up. The nice part is that one of these drugs, that is semaglutide, is going to come in the oral form. That means you will get tablets also of these. So, this was a short overview of all the medicines that are available to you for diabetes. You should know what it does in your body. Please take your medicines regularly. If injections or insulin injections are prescribed to you, please do not hesitate to use them, because that is not a punishment, it is something that your body needs. So, live well with diabetes, take your medicines on time, take it regularly, and adhere to your regimen. Thank you very much.